If you're watching this video, chances are you're just coming from a life-altering doctor appointment in which you or a loved one have just been diagnosed with kidney disease. And you may be feeling lost, confused, or even angry about this turn of events. But what even is kidney disease? Let's get into it. Welcome everyone, I'm Kidney Warrior Brick, and if you're just being diagnosed, I'd like to offer my condolences as this is a serious issue that deserves your attention. And you may start to find that the changes that are needed for kidney disease may be hard to adjust to. But also, congratulations, you're off to a great start on your Kidney Warrior journey. Virtual Dab. Checking out videos like mine on YouTube or other web sources on how kidney disease works or how kidneys work is a great start on learning more about what you're going through. Since you clicked on this video, which focuses on kidney disease, let's talk about that for a minute. Did you know the body has 5 vital organs that is needed to survive? The kidney is one of those 5. To oversimplify the role of the kidney, its job is to clean the blood. But if you'd like to learn more about the kidney, check out this other video I made. But what happens when the kidney or kidneys don't work correctly? This can lead to a condition known as metabolic waste buildup, which can cause things like edema to happen. For those who aren't familiar with edema, edema is a condition that causes your body to swell, usually in places such as your feet, ankles, and hands, which are more obvious. Edema is a metabolic condition that can be caused by 2 factors: fluid buildup or dysfunction of protein metabolism. And since your kidneys also help produce hormones, this will also be affected. One hormone, erythropoietin, plays a big role in producing red blood cells. And since there's not enough of this hormone, there will be less red blood cells being produced in your body. And this will lead to a condition known as anemia. Now, there are other factors that can cause anemia besides low red blood cell production, such as having low iron or even lower amounts of B12 in your blood. But some symptoms of this condition are having low energy, being tired more often, and even being more sensitive to cold temperatures. Now, kidney disease does cause more issues than these, but these are the more common signs. So, to restate, kidney disease is simply when your kidneys are hurt or damaged by something. What is that something? Actually, there can be quite many things that can cause kidney disease, including high blood pressure and diabetes, which are among the top 5 causes of kidney disease. But I'll cover that in another video. Knowing that kidney disease means that the kidney or kidneys are damaged, doctors and scientists have designed several tests to help them understand how damaged it is. And luckily, there are charts that can help you understand as well. You may have even tried to Google a chart that shows kidney function, which looks something like this. Here we can see there's only 2 things to focus on: GFR and stages, which, if you're new to this, is the most important part for you to focus on. Your lab work will already have your GFR on it, so this can help you better understand what stage you're in. Now, GFR is a basic principle on how well your kidney is functioning. It is not a percent, which I've talked about in a previous video. So, just to reflect, GFR equals how well your kidney's doing. If you're not familiar with looking over your lab work, or may be confused on how to find the GFR, let's take a look at a few screenshots of my own personal lab work. These are examples to help you find the GFR given in your own report. In this first example, this application always puts my GFR value at the bottom. This was actually 1 day before I had my transplant, a very serious low number. This next shot is of a PDF, which, if you don't know what a PDF is just a type of file that you can view on your computer or phone. In any case, it looks the same no matter if it's the electronic form or a printed paper. And on this lab form, the GFR or eGFR, as stated here, is given in the middle of the form. For eGFR, the E just stands for estimated. There is a small difference, but not important for this video. One thing I like is that this company gives both the current and previous reading of a lab, so you don't have to bother with trying to find paperwork from a previous lab report, which, believe it or not all lab reports will give you the current and previous. But again, this is just 2 examples of how you might find your eGFR or GFR on your lab form. So, Now that you can find your GFR value, let's take a look at how to understand it. So here we have our more simplified chart. And if you take a look at the top, you can see that what we will be looking at is the GFR value and the stage it would put you in. Starting at the top, which is basically the soonest any doctor or physician has any idea that something is happening, is called stage 1, which is generally thought of as normal kidney function, or at least high enough not to show immediate concern. Typically, things that could cause this would be a high uric acid level, which is more generally associated with gout, or something such as protein leakage in your urine, which could be caused from many different things. It is usually not a big enough concern as long as you're following the physician's recommendations, if any recommendations are actually given at this time. Stage 2 and 3A. This is a mild to moderate damage to the kidney, with the lower end of 3A being the more moderate range. This is where most people are hopefully notified by their doctor that an issue is causing their kidney to decline in function. The good news is that in a lot, not all, but a lot of causes, this is the time where you can put some effort into slowing the disease or, in rare cases, halt the progression of the damage altogether, meaning you won't have to worry about going further down the stages. In any case, stage 4. At this point, this is significant damage and or scarring, which is known as fibrosis, being done to the kidney. Once you approach this stage, it will become less likely for you to stall the progress of the damage. You and your doctor will also start to discuss dialysis and transplant as early as stage 4. A proactive physician may even have you seriously decide on a type of dialysis and may even plan for surgery for the dialysis at this point. Stage 5. This stage is technically when you are said to have kidney failure. Previous stages, it was kidney disease, but here, your kidneys are functioning at such a low point that it's basically failure. And the progress of the damage is much faster than it has been. Transplant or dialysis is much more imminent and expected to happen. You and your doctor will definitely be having the discussion of dialysis and or transplant at this point. Once on dialysis, this is called end-stage renal or kidney failure. Renal and kidney being synonyms for the same thing. Renal is more of a medical term, so you can call it either end-stage renal failure or end-stage kidney failure. Both of these things do mean the same thing. Now let me talk about dialysis, or rather, receiving the news that this may be the next step for you. There are some people out there who, for whatever reason, get the wrong impression that dialysis is a death sentence. And that's not necessarily true. While it can be difficult to live life on dialysis, many people do it for years. Some, those who are eligible for a transplant, live for a decade or more. Now, dialysis does bring its own challenges and health risks, and I don't mean to discount those. My message is to those who feel like their life is ending and need someone to let them know that it doesn't have to be that way. It doesn't have to feel like your life is an end, and that life on dialysis is totally doable. However, the key to a long life on dialysis is making sure you follow your health guidelines given to you by your doctor and dietitian, and do your best to show up to every session. Now, for those who are on dialysis for years, it will get hard to show up to every dialysis session. I myself have missed a session or two. But if you make it a habit, for one, you're going to have a hard time trying to get a transplant. And for two, you're increasing the risk that it will be a short lifespan. So just do your best to show up to every session and get used to this new lifestyle. Things will get better. All right, y'all, that's going to be it for this video. But if you like learning new things and want to know more about kidney disease or just the kidney in general, consider subscribing to my channel. That way you'll be notified of new videos. And if you really learned something during this video, consider giving it a like. That'll let YouTube know that people enjoy this video and recommend it to other people. And what I'd like you to do before y'all go is drop me a little word in the comment section. Let me know how you found out that you had kidney disease or how you're doing with your kidney disease now. Until next time, warriors.